If you're looking to buy a house or property in Mexico, but you don't really know where to start, today I'm going to walk you through the steps. First things first, though, yes, as a foreigner, you can absolutely buy property in Mexico. There are just a couple of stipulations. First of all, if you are a non-Mexican citizen, if you are purchasing a property or land within 50 kilometers of the coast or 100 kilometers from any border, the property or the land will have to be put into a trust that is on a 50-year term and renewable indefinitely. If you decide to get a citizenship, you can then remove the trust and own the property outright. Unlike a land lease in Southeast Asia, you can actually own, sell, renovate, or do whatever you want to the land and the property. Within the first 50 years, you have the option to get your citizenship if you'd like, or you can keep it and renew it and pass it along to your children or whoever else you want. With that out of the way, your next step will be to find a reputable realtor who can help you on your search. Since Mexico does not have an official MLS system, your best bet is to work with a realtor. Oftentimes, you'll find a property listed for sale, but it'll be cross-listed on literally every single platform, including Facebook. Oftentimes, if the property sells, they won't be taken down as it's a lead generation tool for other agents. As of right now, realtors don't need to be officially licensed. However, they are starting to crack down on that and implement it. That said, I would still highly recommend trying to work with a realtor who is certified. If you need help on that, please let me know and I can provide you with a really good realtor. Just like in Canada or the US, you're going to tour some houses that you're interested in with your realtor. Once you find the house that you want to make an offer on, you submit a one-pager, which briefly outlines your terms and conditions and purchase price. If the seller is interested in your offer, you're going to negotiate with the seller, usually agent to agent, but sometimes you can even approach the seller yourself. There is no paper trail of any offer that goes back and forth or any negotiations. This is wildly different from Canada and the US. Once you guys have agreed to some terms and conditions, you're going to lock in an offer and with what's called a letter of intent, which is going to outline your terms and everything you guys have negotiated. Once that's done, you're going to sign a promissory purchase agreement, which is going to include all the nitty gritty like the payment terms, the details, if you're financing, etc., etc. With that said, financing is pretty rare, especially if you're a non-citizen. However, you can sometimes get builder financing if you're buying directly from a builder, or you can be creative and ask the seller for some sort of vendor take-back loan or something like that. Otherwise, homes in Mexico are paid in cash, or some foreigners will use their home equity line of credit or secure some sort of other financing back home with their bank. Before you start negotiating, you should probably have a lawyer help you negotiate, and if not, now's the time to hire one. Before you sign off on anything, it's crucial to have the lawyer review everything to make sure you're not getting ripped off. If you have the contract in Spanish or English, one thing to note is they will always side with the Spanish version in Mexico. This is why it's crucial to have a really good bilingual lawyer. If you need one, let me know. At this point, you probably would have paid your deposit and it would have gone into escrow and you'd be working on opening up your bank trust. As a foreigner, this process could take 2 to 3 months to close on your property. Once that's all set up, you're going to pay the final amount on the balance owing, and then you're going to sign off on the deed in front of a notary. And then you're going to pay the closing costs, which is about 6 to 8% of the purchase price. Then the notary will register the deed with the public registry. Then within a few weeks, you'll get the deed in your name, and that's how you purchase a house in Mexico. Send me a DM if you're looking to purchase, and I'll send you my purchase package plan that'll set you up with all the right people to make sure it goes smoothly. Thanks for watching.